All right. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, as always, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachah HaKodash, double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well. Salutations to you, hopeful, sincere, elect Akim of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, pushing this word in spirit and in truth. All right. Shalom to my Arabam Arabai Allah, which is to say 144,000 in Allah Shema Kodash. Shalom to Sha'ar Yath, which is to say remnant. Bachriyarium, which is elect. And Achad Shalayashim, which is 1/3. All right. Shalom to you. Now, in this lesson, I want to get into two points. Two things are what pretty much stemmed the thought process for this lesson was, a voice message and a video message that I received from the beloved Elder Micah Allah out in Dallas. He was talking about the heat. He was saying, it was hella hot out there in Texas. And, hotter than he can remember, than usual. And one thing I had replied to the elder was, Esau, with these chemtrails and BS that he's putting in the air, what came to mind was that for me. And Elder Yashawamba had mentioned something along those lines in, I want to say, a live stream from Tuesday, that we're pretty much being microwaved. So I had reiterated that, and that's always been something that has kind of always been in my mind anyways, pertaining to chemtrails, because I hate those. I hate chemtrails, man. Brothers up here in the Northwest know how that's one of my pet peeves, man. One of my things that irk me most about Esau is this weather modification BS. How it just, a day that's supposed to be sunny just be ruined because this nigga thinks he's God, spraying bullshit in the sky, man. So, anyways, I replied to the elder with the Revelation 11 and 18, which I'll get it. Destroy those that destroy the earth. And so with that, I hit up AI, DeepSeek, and was asking DeepSeek, a chat, name the race of people that are destroying the earth. And the chat was on some old, that's I can't answer that because it's pretty much trying to say it's a racist and it's another word chat used, and I'm just like, man, these demons, man, they know it's Esau. Everybody knows it's Esau. And then the chat was trying to say, oh, it's a humanitarian issue. No, the earth is destroyed because of Esau Edom, because of the so-called white man. It's not no damn humanitarian problem. Humanity is the reason why the earth has chemtrails and there's trash in space. No, that's because of the so-called white man and every other thing that's wrong with the planet. You can blame it on Esau Edom. All right, so that shit pissed me off, man. So, just edifying on those points, man. I'm gonna start here in First Maccabees 1:1. It says, so Alexander reigned 12 years and then died. Okay, so we all know that Alexander the Great was a so-called white man, aka an Edomite. That's common knowledge. All right. It says, and his servants bear rule every one in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years. So did their sons after them many years. And evils were multiplied in the earth. Okay. So when the Edomites came into power, that's when evils were multiplied in the earth. Okay, so Esau promotes all kind of wickedness. All right, any deity or demonic left-hand power source are idols that ancient civilizations and cultures and nations had. Esau tap into that shit, but go hard and tap into it, and that's why his power on the left-hand side was so strong in his rulership in these last days. Okay, it was strong with the the Greeks and the Romans, and it's crazy. It's been found out Esau's power source in these last days. But when the world was blind to what Esau was really doing, man, that nigga had it. He had it, man. All right, so when the so-called white race, when the Edomites came into power, evils were multiplied in the earth. All right, so just wickedness took a whole new meaning with the so-called white man behind the power wheel, or the steering wheel, behind the or sitting in the power seat, the seat of authority. All right, so with that being said, we know that it's the so-called white man that's in rulership. All right, he's the one who went and colonized all the nations that had pigment. It was a so-called white man that colonized them. And what he do? He brought a bunch of evil. Okay? Brought a bunch of evil. So, from the time of Esau getting into power in the late 1300s, 1400s, mid to late 1300s, via his Renaissance, the world, the state of the planet has been on a constant decline. All right, the water's polluted, the air's polluted, vegetation's polluted, food's not even real anymore. All right, the people's minds are polluted, your bodies are polluted. The animals are suffering. Everything is suffering with the so-called white man in power. Right? So we know that Esau is the problem. It's not humanity. It was, chat was trying to say, there's a lot of governmental organizations that's responsible for. Nigga, shut up, man. It's the so-called, and who runs all those? So-called white people. All right? You want to talk about humanity trying to lump all nations into being part of the problem? Yes, all nations, all races are part of the problem with the planet. But we know that they're influenced by the so-called white man. The so-called white man is heavily influenced. His spirit is what controls these nations, what controls the leaders of these nations, man. If they don't go along with the program, what happens? They end up getting killed. So this is Job 9:24. It says, says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Okay, so we know that the earth currently is in the hand of the so-called white man as far as it being controlled. And it's the Heavenly Father that gave Esau the planet to have free reign to just fuck it up. You know, bring it to the brink of destruction before the Heavenly Father rips Esau out the power seat and sets up the righteous in authority. Okay, and I'm driving to work. I see 444 on this. Right when I said righteous on this truck I'm passing. All right, so Barakatah Yahweh outside, and the righteous being the Israelites. All right, starting with the elect. All right. So while Esau is in the power seat, he has free reign to just be the devil, to bring all manner of evil, you know, left-hand practices to the planet to show us, you know, what the Heavenly Father is capable of doing via the left-hand side. Ultimately, for it to be destroyed and the earth to be calibrated back to a proper balance. Because right now, there's no balance in the earth. Everything's just leaning to the left. Okay? Like one of them dumbass old school 90 flat tops. You know, they gonna get a flat top and then cut a 45-degree angle in that motherfucker. Whatever, I forget the name of that haircut, dumbass shit. Alright? So we're waiting for the earth to be calibrated. Because right now, under Esau's rule, he's destroying everything, man. Alright, these AI data centers, sucking up all the water. Who controls those AI data centers? It's so-called white people. You know, brothers have put out a list of the states with the top or the most AI data centers. And I think Virginia was number 1. Okay, California was like number 2 or 3. Virginia had 300 and something AI data centers. California had like 280 something or something like that. Even here in Washington State, I think we had like 218, if I'm not mistaken. All right, and all them states got more AI data centers planned in the works. You know. And what are once again, those AI data centers suck up all the water. So to hell with water that people need to drink, all right, in sustain life, to live. That doesn't matter. We need our robots, our AI data centers. We need them to function. So y'all gonna have to go without. That's evil, man. Okay, only the devil would okay that. All right, only the devil would think that is sustainable and you know, righteous. You know, tolerable. Okay. So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, man. Esau got control of the earth right now, but it's only for a limited time. All right? It's only for a limited time. Next precept, this is Isaiah 24. And verse 4, I'm going to read this in the NLT. And it reads, the earth mourns and dries up. All right, what is you know, what's the state of the earth right now? All right, once again, the AI data centers sucking up all the water. The earth is as dry as it's ever been, man. You got places where it was once thriving with vegetation, and now it's just a damn desert. Places that used to yield crop, all right, produce crops, and they're now food deserts, okay, because of Esau not adhering to the what's the word I'm looking for? The land Sabbath, excuse me. All right, Esau not adhering to the Lord's land Sabbath. You got places that used to be able to grow vegetation and can't shit grow there. Okay. All right. So hey, when the earth mourns, the land dries up. The Lord can bring drought. He can bring famine. Okay. Have a period of time where you don't receive any former or latter rain. No rain in the spring or in the fall. Okay. The earth is just dry. All right. It says, and the land wastes away and withers. Even the greatest people on earth waste away. So even, the greatest people on earth is the Israelites. Yet, everybody's affected by what the Lord is doing with Esau and power. Everybody's affected, man. Everybody's going through it. Everybody's catching hell. Okay? All nations are affected by Esau being in power. Okay, because so-called, or not so-called, but the chemtrails, that's a CIA operation. And them niggas is spraying chemtrails all over the planet Earth. So you can be in China and you got fucking the CIA over in China spraying chemtrails. All right, affecting their crops and their population. Doing this shit over in India. The whole planet, man, this demon got to be taken out of power, man. Just around the whole planet Earth, flying airplanes, dropping bullshit on people, man. For his own fucking sinister purposes, man. All right, verse 5, it says, the earth suffers for the sins of the people. For they have twisted the Most High's instructions, violated his laws, and broken his everlasting covenant. All right, and that's, starting with the Israelites, we did that. All right, Esau's in power, he's surely doing that. He claimed to be the people of the book. All right, you got the president of Israel, who gets way less attention than the prime minister of Israel. Ain't that crazy? The prime minister, Benjamin Netanyahu, gets way more recognition and attention than than Israel's own president. That's crazy. In my opinion, that's crazy. But anyways, the president of Israel is sitting up claiming that he is a direct descendant of King David, which is straight cap. Okay? King David comes from the line of Judah, the royal line of Judah, of the nation of Israel, Ban Yasharallah. All right? Ban Yahweh to Ban Yasharallah. All right? That gutter rat, that's the president, I forget his name, of Israel. He comes from the line of Amalek Ban Edom. Okay? He's an Edomite, all right, he ain't no Israelite. So he don't come from the direct line of King David. All right, so they claim to be the people of the book, but they do nothing the Holy Scriptures command. Which is why they're the people that are Amalek in particular, of the nation of Edom, that is responsible for the earth being so decayed. All right, so downtrodden. All right, so corrupted, so vile, so evil, so wicked, because they, being the wicked, are in control. All right, verse 6, it says, therefore, a curse consumes the earth. Its people must pay the price for their sin. All right. It says they are destroyed by fire, and only a few are left alive. So because of all the evil that this world is engulfed in at the hands of the so-called white men, all right, now all these nations have corrupted themselves by jumping on board with Esau's bullshit. The whole planet, all these nations is guilty, and all these nations gotta actually pay for their sins, all right, for their wicked and evil deeds, and that payment is gonna come by way of them filling that fire, all right, or war, because not every nation is gonna be utterly destroyed like America is by thermonuclear fire, but war is gonna come, pestilence, plague, death, freak accidents, natural disasters, so to say. All right. So a lot of these people on planet Earth got a date with death as a result, of their wicked, evil deeds, man. And that shit can't come soon enough, because with that means the nation of Israel is going to be in the power seat. All right, the Lord is going to deliver His elect. All right, so my last precept, this is Revelation 11 and 18. It says, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged. All right, because all these people on planet Earth is spiritually dead, and the time is coming where the Lord is going to judge people in mass. All right, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints. And that's part of why we labor in this truth. One, because we're Israelites and we're commanded to serve Yahweh Shem Shai. Along with that, just as King David in the life of the Apostle Peter, he asked the Lord, hey, what should we have? Being that we followed you. I believe Matthew 19. What should we have, being that we followed you? And Yahweh said, that we was gonna rule in a nutshell. All right, so we want to taste of that power, man. We want to rule, man. We want rulership. Okay, we want to sit on thrones. All right. So it says, we want that reward. It says, and them that fear thy name, all right, which is, that excludes IUIC, because they don't fear the name of Yahweh Shem Shai. They have problems uttering the name of Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay? It says, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. And who has destroyed the earth, man? The so-called white man, Esau Edom, is responsible for destroying the earth. So what are we going to do when we get in power? We're going to destroy them. All right? So that concludes the lesson. I pray this was